Hey guys! So welcome! Ngayon ay oras na para sa aking November wrap-up. So for this month, um, I admit na medyo onti lang yung napanood ko. Especially if you're going to compare it from October na inabot pa ng 2 parts yung videos kasi medyo marami sila. So here are everything that I've watched in November starting with movies. So the first one is the Shawshank Redemption. So I first knew about this movie dahil sa parang list sa IMDb na top rated films of all time, ganon. And if I'm not mistaken, kasali siya doon sa top 5. Top 1 nga ata to if I remember correctly. So yeah, it's very popular and it's a classic. Tungkol siya sa isang guy named Andy na na-frame para sa isang crime. Then, nung nakulong siya, ayun, he started a new life sa Shawshank Prison. Dito nakahanap siya ng mga bagong friends, ganun. And unti-unti na siyang nasanay sa life inside prison pero hindi pa rin nawawala yung goal niya na makaalis doon sa kulungan. Tapos may ellipse dito na scene pero di ko na muna yun i-spoil kasi yun yung nakataka siya sa kulungan without anyone knowing. Ayun, pero in-spoil ko na rin, di ba? Pero ayun, if you're going to watch a movie for the first time, may ellipse pa rin naman kayo dun sa parang escape plan niya na no one saw coming. So, yeah. And then the next one is Don't Worry Darling. About siya sa isang housewife named Alice living with her husband sa isang utopian experimental community. Napaka-perfect ng community na to hanggang sa one day, she suspects na may something suspicious sa lugar na ito. So, ayun, I would be lying if I said na my viewing experience wasn't affected dun sa controversy surrounding this film. And I really wanted to like this, but sadly, I think the only thing na nagustuhan ko about this film was Florence Pugh. Siya lang yung parang bumibenta sa akin na performance, the rest are hindi masyado, ganun. And then, about sa performance ni Harry Styles, I think he has potential. You know, ayoko naman dumagdag sa mga pangbabash sa kanya and sa pag-critic, no? Pero, ayun nga, I do think he has potential in acting. It's just that masyado pang maaga for him to have this type of role, yung as in bida agad siya, you know, one of the main characters agad siya. So, I think it's too early for him para sa mga malalaking roles, especially since newcomer lang naman siya when it comes to acting. Tapos, yung mga co-stars niya pa dito, mga Florence Pugh, Chris Pine, which is matatagal na sa industry and, you know, established na. So, ayun, parang nilamon siya ng mga co-stars niya. Parang hindi niya naabot yung level nung ibang actors dito when it comes to acting. So, medyo nagbuka siyang ewan. So, yeah, I feel kind of bad for him. And as for the story, it was interesting and the visuals were pretty, kaso hindi naman na talaga ganun kabago yung mga ganitong concept. And may mga scenes sila na medyo redundant, you know, like puro build up but nothing is really there. Parang puro ganon. And then the next one naman is Enola Holmes 2. So, sa sequel ng Enola Holmes, nag-start si Enola ng kanyang own career as a detective. Kaso, she still lives under the shadow of her brother Sherlock until one day, may isang client na nag-fully trust sa kanya to solve a case. So, yun, it's fun. And yeah, it's about women empowerment. Ganun. It was fine. It was fun. So, the next one is Barbarian, and it's one of the most talked about horror films this year. And in fairness naman, sa year na to, parang pinaka nag-slay yung horror genre. So, ang daming magagandang horror films na nalabas this year. So, anyway, Barbarian is about...
Psych!
So, ayun, unfortunately, isa sa mga tip if you're going to watch Barbarian is to not know anything about it. So, ayun, you can go ahead and watch the trailer if you want to, but trust me, the trailer gives nothing about the movie. And ayun, mas maganda talaga siyang experience and alamin yung story as you watch it, mas maganda na wala kang idea beforehand. Trust me, it's going to make the viewing experience much, much better. And ayun nga, buti na lang ako mismo, I was able to avoid spoilers before watching it. Kaya naman super like na-enjoy ko yung buong movie as I, go through it. And yeah, I really enjoyed this one and I know you guys will too. And then the next one is Smile. So isa rin tong sa mga horror movies na nilabas this year, and I found out about this dahil dun sa nag-viral na marketing strategy nila. Yung nag-hire sila ng mga actors, tapos nakasmile sila sa camera in a very creepy way. So, ayun. And in fairness naman, naging successful yung movie na to because of that marketing strategy. But anyway, ayun, Smile is about sa isang therapist na naka-witness ng isang traumatic incident ng isa sa mga pasyente niya. And after nito, hindi siya nakaget over doon sa trauma, and it seems like napasa sa kanya yung curse ng dati niyang patient. So ayun, mixed reviews yung movie na to. Some people said na this was better than what they expected. Yung iba naman, hindi nila nagustuhan. And for me, I'm one with the latter, no? Dahil nga marami nag-hype sa movie, medyo mas mataas na expectations ko. But then, nung pinanood ko siya, it was a meh for me. So, ayun, hindi ako masyadong na-impress. But yeah, in fairness naman sa ending, it was a bit camp, so that was interesting. So yeah. And then the next one naman ay A Brighter Summer Day. Based on a true story primarily on a conflict between two youth gangs, a 14-year-old boy's girlfriend conflicts with the head of one gang for an unclear reason until finally the conflict comes to a violent climax. So, ayun, it's a coming-of-age movie, but honestly, marami ding halong ibang genre kasi ang dami naganap dun sa storya, and it's 4 hours long. So, to be honest, tinapos ko siya in like 2 days. Kailangan kong hatiin, and actually, in between those 2 days, dun ko din pinanood yung Smile at saka yung Barbarian. So, ayun, wala lang, share ko lang. And then, since nga magaganda yung mga horror movies na ni-release this year, may mga ni-rewatch ako, and those are Pearl and Barbarian. So, ayan. So, ilang beses ko na nabanggit yung Barbarian sa video na to. But, yeah. And then, the next one is Ngayon Kaya. So, tungkol siya kay Harold, isang shy college student, at ang kanyang friend na si AM, isang rich girl. And, meron silang feelings para sa isa't isa. Kaso, never silang nakapag-confess hanggang sa nag-drift apart sila. And, then, 9 years later, nag-reunite sila dahil sa kasal ng mutual friend nila. And, ayun, nagkausap sila ulit, and nagkaroon sila ng mga maraming what ifs, na mga kaek-ekan, ganon. Ayun, siguro sa mga mahilig sa OPM, baka magustuhan nyo itong movie na to kasi ang dami yung feature ng mga OPM songs, ganon, and music plays a big part in the story. But, for me, medyo hindi siya bumenta for me kasi gamit na yung mga tropes na ganito, and may mga lines din sila na medyo cringe and unrealistic. So, yeah. Ayun lang po. Thank you. And then, I believe ito na yung last. So, yeah. The last one is Mercury is Mine. So, tungkol siya kay Carmen na muntik nang isara yung eatery niya kasi walang masyadong bumibili dito until one night may napadaang teenage white boy named Mercury sa kanila na naghahanap ng masisilungan, tapos ayun, pinatuloy naman ito ni Carmen. Eventually, nag-ask si Mercury na kung pwede ba siya magtrabaho sa eatery ni Carmen in exchange of a shelter, and pumayag naman si Carmen. Tapos after nun, ayun, naiganyo na yung mga tao na kumain sa eatery niya kasi nga may foreigner, tapos yung mga tao laging nagpapapicture kay Mercury, ganun. So, ayun, tungkol siya sa para siyang social commentary sa colonial mentality ng mga Pinoy. So, it's a satire, and ayun nga, so bet ko yung dark approach niya, yung dark comedy genre niya. So, it's very insightful and entertaining. So, ayun, maganda siya. Maganda. Ayun. So, those are all for the movies. And let's move forward naman sa mga series. So, for series, I'm actually really excited to talk about these shows kasi ang gaganda ng mga napanood ko. Actually, onti lang naman sila. So, the first one na natapos ko ay So, Barry is about a hitman na nautosang pumatay sa isang guy. And so, sinundan niya to hanggang sa nalaman niya na yung guy na to ay actor pala. So, pagkasunod niya sa person na to, napunta siya sa isang theater class. And simula nun, he was introduced to the art of drama and he started a dream of becoming an actor. So, ayun, no, pasensya na, matagal ko na talagang gusto i-try yung ganong klaseng editing ever since I started watching Barry. So yeah, anyway, Barry is a mixed genre. So it's a dark comedy na may thriller, na may action. So ayun, no, if ever lumabo yung quality ng camera, it's because nalaglag yung camera and had to wipe it. So now it kind of changed anyway. So ayun na nga, going back sa Barry, it's very fun and ingenious nung pagkakasulat niya, and mapapansin mo talaga yung sound design and yung editing choices nila sobrang unique. With those unique choices when it comes to editing and sa mga shots, it really elevates the show. And ayun, very compelling din yung story. Napaka-complex ni Barry. You also don't know what to feel for him. So, ayun, it's very fun and highly recommended. And then the next one naman ay Hacks. So, Hacks is about a legendary stand-up comedian from Las Vegas named Deborah Vance. And one day, siya ay binigyan ng writer to help her write her jokes, ganon, kahit na hindi niya naman talaga gusto. And itong writer niya, si Ava Daniels, hindi niya rin naman talaga gusto magtrabaho for Deborah. So, ayun, at first, ayaw nila sa isa't isa, but then, habang tumatagal, they grew attached to each other and they realized na they make a good team. So, ayun, no, kind of like the plot at first, hindi ko rin medyo na-enjoy yung Hacks. Parang medyo hindi ko siya magets, ganun. But it wasn't until the middle of season 1 when I started warming up to the show. And then, nung natapos ko siya, ayun, I ended up really loving it. So, it's very heartwarming, it's delightful, it's funny, and it's inspirational. So, ayun, ang ganda ng dynamic nilang dalawa. Ang interesting kasi they're both from different generations. Ganun. Ayun, actually gusto ko din ng ganito. Gusto ko din ng, like, you know, mentor. Like, wala ba dyang, open for mentorship? Can I be the Ava to your Deborah, please? Can someone just hire me? Char. And then, ito na, last but not the least, ay 1899. So, 1899 is about the passengers on an immigrant ship traveling to the new continent get caught in a mysterious riddle when they find a second vessel adrift on the open sea. So, same creators siya ng Dark, which is one of my favorite series of all time. So, kind of like Dark, siya, pinaghalong sci-fi and thriller and mystery. So, ayun, honestly, hindi ko siya masyadong feel. Siguro dahil season 1 pa lang naman, maybe it will get better kapag nagkaroon na ng season 2 and 3 or whatever, kung gaano man karami binabalak nilang seasons. But yeah, hindi ko siya masyadong na-feel. But if you're into mind-bending stories, you know, with complicated plots, mga ganon, then this might be the one for you. So, yeah, that's the last series. Those are everything that I've watched in November. So, yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.